Hi, this is Karen Harrison. Welcome to March 2019 Reiki Call. My website is karenharrison.net and my Facebook page is Whole Life Center. I'm so glad that you've joined us for Reiki Call, where we have a Reiki question and answer discussion. And we also spend some time sharing Reiki. It's a great place for new people to come and learn a little bit about Reiki, get your questions answered. And I also have some questions that people have sent in. So I'm going to start with a grounding meditation today because I know I need it. I was learning some new technology this afternoon, and I got myself a little flustered. So I need to ground and do a little Reiki. So if you have Reiki energy, activate your Reiki, place your hands in Gasho. Gasho is two hands coming together, or a prayer pose with the thumb pointed into the heart chakra. And then focus on the space between your palms, letting all thoughts be brushed aside. Now take a deep breath and intend to inhale energy from the earth up through your body to the top of your crown. Exhale the energy back down through your body and into the earth. Inhale earth energy up. And back down to the ground. Again, inhale earth energy up to the top of your head, and this time let it spill out of the top of your head, out through your aura, down to the ground. Cleansing your aura. And again, inhale earth energy up to the top of your head. Out your crown, down through your aura. And one more time. And now an opening prayer. We are grateful to connect with each other, sharing, giving, and receiving Reiki. We call on the spiritual masters, the angels, the archangels, Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, Raphael. And we call on the Reiki energy, healing, to be here with us for this discussion, for our time of giving and sharing Reiki. We affirm that we are open and receptive to our highest healing now, and that we are centered between heaven and earth, fully connected with our crown chakra to the heavenly realms, fully connected with our root chakra to the earth. And the energy is flowing freely and easily up and down through this channel. We call all of ourselves into this present time and moment to be here now, to be fully present, fully focused. We open our hearts to share lovingly with each other. We open our minds to learn new things. And we connect our gratitude to Reiki and to each one that shows up now and who will later watch this program. And so it is. Blessed be. All right. So welcome, and welcome to 678. Can I put a name with your phone number?
Hi, my name is Pooja from Houston, Texas. Pooja Khanna.
Pooja, yes. Hi, Pooja. I'm glad to have you join us.
Thank you.
All right. And someone just texted me. I'm going to text her real quick and let her know that Reiki Call. All right. Okay, well, first of all, I would like to see if anyone would like to share any thing that you've been doing with Reiki since last time. And then we will jump into any questions you have and then questions that people have sent to me. Well, I'll share one thing that I've been doing with Reiki, which has been really fun. And that is I have a secret Facebook for my students. And it's called Reiki with Karen Harrison. So you get invited to that after you take a class with me. And right now I am doing a challenge for the month of March on sending Reiki to animals. So people are posting and sharing about sending Reiki or giving Reiki to their cats and dogs and birds and farm animals and all sorts of things. So we're having a fun little posting contest, and then people are going to get some rewards for that. So that's kind of exciting. And we've been learning a lot from each other about all the different ways that you can do Reiki. And I'm afraid my favorite picture is someone posted a picture of their cat giving Reiki to their dog with the paw stretched out over the dog. The cat was laying on the sofa, I think, and the dog on the floor below. And so the cat is visibly giving Reiki to the dog. And I think that that is just the coolest thing. So that's my favorite post. Okay, so Liz is asking, are you familiar with the emotion and body code? Is it similar in releasing trapped emotion? So I have heard of it. I really don't know much about it, but Reiki is wonderful at releasing trapped emotion. So I'm also a marriage and family therapist and a licensed professional counselor. I use Reiki all the time in my counseling practice. And I wrote a Reiki article that was published in the Reiki News magazine called Transforming Emotion with Reiki. So you can find that on my website at karenharrison.net. I also presented it at the Reiki retreat out in Sedona and in New York. So I recorded it, and it's on my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is Karen Harrison Reiki. So you'll find it there. So if you like to read the article. If you prefer to listen or view, I have a PowerPoint that goes with the presentation. So Reiki is, in fact, Reiki has been doing so much better at helping people with things like trapped emotions, old wounds, old traumas, that I'm not taking new counseling clients. You know, anybody that wants to come, I'm suggesting that they come and try out Reiki, because I'm finding that in 1 to 3 sessions of Reiki, I could do what would take me 15 sessions of counseling, and I would rather help people quicker. So that's what I'm doing. You know, particularly this Holy Fire Reiki that I'm teaching has just worked so fast. And, you know, I love it when people get relief even in as little as 1 session. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions before I launch into the things that other people have sent me? Okay, well, if you come up with any questions at any time, you can just type it out on the chat, or Or, yeah, just speak up. All right. So, question, if you want to look for opportunities to practice Reiki outside of your circle of family and friends, where's a good place to start? Do you have recommendations? I know some local hospitals and hospice locations may be open for volunteering, but I haven't found any in my local area. Well, I think my best option for where to offer Reiki is a Reiki circle. I have been operating one since 2000 in Overland Park, and I had it at my church for a long time, Unity Church of Overland Park. They recently sold the building, so I moved to Cleveland Chiropractic College. And then I advertise it on meetup.com, which is a good place for people to find out about groups. And a lot of people find it. I usually have anywhere from maybe 2 to 4 new people come every time. So that has been a really great way to offer Reiki. And then I just ask for a love offering to cover the cost of renting the space. And if you want more information about that, you can email me to Karen@KarenHarrison.net, and I have more information about how to operate a Reiki circle. Or if you want to talk more about that, we could certainly do that. Now, regarding volunteering, there are about 15% of hospitals that already have Reiki programs in them. And William Rand did some research on that. That was back in 2012. I don't think he's updated it since then. At Reiki.org, he has what's called a Reiki Webstore. And in that Reiki Webstore, you can get a booklet on Reiki research. And it has all the information about the hospitals that have Reiki programs. And these are primarily volunteer programs where you can give Reiki to the patients. And if you want to start a Reiki in Hospital program, then you can contact the Center for Reiki Research, and they can give you pointers and tips on how to get a program started in your hospital. Now, it may be somewhat easier to talk with a hospice and do some volunteering there. You may need to be a Reiki master to do that kind of volunteer work. For one thing, you're going to need to have Reiki Liability Insurance. And you're able to get that through Massage Magazine. But it turns out that you're really only covered if you have the Reiki Master level. So I think they'll sell it to people with Reiki too, but I don't know that it's going to be, fully effective for you, is what I've heard. So if you're going to do volunteer work, I'd really suggest that you have your Reiki Master first, and you're going to need that liability insurance. And that's if anything should happen in a Reiki session. It's really very unlikely for you to hurt anyone. Liability insurance is very useful, though, if you have any sort of equipment malfunction, like say you don't have the screws on the table on tight and the leg falls off and the person crashes to the floor, or say you have a heater on your table and there's an electric cord and someone trips over it, the insurance will cover you for that. So, beyond that, you could see, if there's like a Wounded Warriors group, some sort of veteran group where you might be able to volunteer your services for Reiki. And do any of you on the call have any other ideas about where someone might be able to volunteer Reiki? Okay. Aurora, do you have any other questions about that? I think that was your question. Okay. Looks like maybe that covered that. Okay. Okay, good pointers. All right. Someone asked me, should you get permission to send someone Reiki? Well, yes and no. Okay. So Reiki is like prayer, and you normally ask permission to pray for someone. On the other hand, you don't really want to send Reiki to someone that doesn't want it. So if you can ask them, then go ahead and do that. Ask them if they would be open to receiving Reiki healing energy. And they may be thrilled that you thought of them, and then they can give you feedback about it. Like Reiki may help them to sleep better. It might help to reduce their pain, and that would be some really nice feedback to have. If you can't ask the person for Reiki, say you want to send Reiki to our president, we probably can't call up Donald Trump, or I don't know, maybe we can tweet and ask him if we can send Reiki. But that probably isn't going to work. So, then just say a prayer asking for guidance about, sending Reiki, and then listen to your guidance and see what you got. And know that if you send Reiki and it's not for the person's highest good, then the Reiki energy will go towards the person, but it will not enter their aura, it'll just probably fall away and disintegrate and not really do anything. So if you're going to send it to someone and you're not sure they want it, say if this person isn't open to receiving Reiki, then send that Reiki to heal the earth or heal our water supply, or send it to, someone else or to your pet. Which, oh, by the way, if you're going to give your pets Reiki, then it would be a great idea to ask your pet, because animals are a little different than people. And some people have shared from what I've read that if you send Reiki to your pet without asking, that they may not like it. They want to have a say in it. Okay. Oh, Patrice is saying some people offer Reiki circles at holistic stores or other meditation circles, or after a meditation circle. Yes, there are Reiki at different holistic stores and places. And can you do Reiki through a proxy? Yes, absolutely. I do a lot of distance sessions, maybe about a third of the sessions that I do for pay are distance sessions. And I teach you how to do that in Reiki 2 class using a proxy. You can use a pillow, or you can use a doll or a stuffed animal like a teddy bear. And say, as I give Reiki to, Barbie, as I'm giving Reiki to this doll, I'm giving Reiki to Barbie, for example. Like to the doll's head, I'm giving Reiki to Barbie. As I give Reiki to this doll's shoulders, I'm giving Reiki to Barbie. Barbie being the name of your friend, not the name of the doll. I should probably clarify that. And I actually don't suggest using a Barbie doll. That was probably a bad example. You're better off using like a stuffed doll, that is soft and cloth, not plastic. I just think it works better. It feels better than, using a plastic doll. All right, Aurora, I gave distance Reiki on the fly to my friend's daughter who is young and sick. My cousins told me to send them some Reiki while I was there visiting. Looking forward to practicing distance Reiki. I didn't use any proxies for healing because I didn't have one, but used my mind. Yes, you can absolutely do that. So here's an easy way. You imagine a small version of the person in the palm of your hands and intend to send Reiki like that. Or you can place your hands, somewhere on your body and send Reiki. first you would need to turn the Reiki on. Now, this is after you have the Reiki class and you're connected to the Reiki energy. So you would just imagine that small version of the person and send them Reiki, or you could just imagine, the person in your mind and send them Reiki that way. There's really no limit to how you can do it because it's all about intention. Okay? Intention is one of the most important things in giving Reiki. Your intention to send it, and you can intend to send it to a specific part of the person or to their whole body. You can also use a picture, so you have a picture of a person, then place the picture in your hand, draw your Reiki 2 symbols over it, and, beyond if you have other symbols like for Reiki Master, and then hold the picture in the palm of your hands and give it Reiki. Or if you want something more concrete, you don't have a picture, you could write their name on a piece of paper and then fold the paper up, hold the paper, and give it Reiki. Even 5 minutes of Reiki can be helpful. I had a friend last week who has lung congestion. So all of a sudden I was sitting there eating my lunch and I thought of her and I thought, I'm going to send Reiki to her lungs. And I know she wants Reiki, we've exchanged Reiki before. So I just intended to, send the Reiki. I activated my symbols and intended to send it to her lungs to clear her lungs and then on up into her, her whole chest to help her breathe more easily. And then I texted her and said, oh, hey, I just sent you a blast of Reiki. She goes, yeah, I got it. I felt it. Okay. So any other questions or comments about permission to send someone distance Reiki? Okay. Let's see here. All right, somebody asked a question about smartphones or smartwatches interfering with energy during a Reiki treatment. Should a smartwatch be removed from the practitioner or a client? Well, if I'm giving Reiki to someone, then I like them to, remove any sort of watch, as well as anything out of their pockets and their belt buckle. Because when we do the Biosen scanning, I'm going to be able to find the stuff in their pockets. And if I don't know there's something in their pocket, I'm going to think it's some sort of energy blockage. Same with the belt buckle, because I can feel it with my hands. And I teach you all how to feel that too. When you take the Reiki 1 and 2 class, you learn how to do the scanning. My kind of joke about this is we should have Reiki healers at the airport, because we can find metal stuff on the body, and it would be a lot more calming than walking through those x-ray machines. Anyway, so yeah, the person receiving Reiki needs to have those metal objects taken off. And if they have a big necklace on, then it's a really great idea to take that off too, because again, that is going to alter the results from scanning. Excuse me. Second. Now, as far as the giver of Reiki, I don't wear any rings when I'm giving Reiki because my hands get really hot. They tend to swell up, and then the rings aren't going to come off anyway. 2, we have a position under the head, and if the person has their head laying on my hands with a big ring, that ring can be cutting into the back of their head and feel uncomfortable. Also, if I have, any jewelry on that's dangling when I'm scanning, I could just dangle that right across the person's body and that could tickle them. So it's good to be mindful of that. Now, do watches interfere with the practitioner giving Reiki to the person? Possibly. I don't know the definitive answer on that, but I have heard of people talking about how, wearing a watch weakens your energy field, and people that know how to do muscle testing can test you with the watch on and with a watch off. So that's something to consider. You certainly don't want your energy field weakened when you're giving Reiki. Also, you definitely don't want to have your cell phone on your body or anywhere near your body or near the receiver's body when you're giving Reiki to someone. Hey, anybody have any comments about that? Okay. Well, I'm thinking that it would be good to move into our time of sharing Reiki with each other. Now, everyone has the ability to access healing energy. So if you don't yet have Reiki training, then put your hands together, call on healing energy from your spiritual source, and then we are going to intend to send Reiki to each person on this call and to anyone that watches this afterwards. So if you have Reiki, then activate your symbols, your power symbol, your mental emotional symbol, your distance symbol. Okay, and I'm going to take one last question here from Aurora while we are powering our hands up. Have you had a client tell you they felt itchy or like scratching during a Reiki session? That can happen because the Reiki energy is moving things around in the client. So that is what you might call a kriya, or they may twitch, they may shake, their stomach may gurgle, they may belch, you might belch, or they might pass gas. And that is just a sign that the Reiki energy is moving in them, and that is all perfectly normal. They may also get very warm in some areas. Even if you don't feel your hands getting very warm, sometimes they will experience your hands as very, very hot. So that's just sometimes some of the sensations that you might experience. All right, so let's get that Reiki flowing. And now until, let's see, for about the next 20 minutes, we are going to intend to send Reiki to each other. So we'll be quiet and intend just to enjoy sending Reiki as well as receiving Reiki energy from the people on the call. So just relax and get comfortable. And so now, bringing our Reiki share to an end, bringing your attention back into this moment, hopefully feeling refreshed, calm, and centered. I know I feel a lot calmer than when we started. Reiki is so good for relaxation, for sleep, for centering during the middle of your day, or anytime you need it. So let's see, Aurora had also made an additional comment about when we were talking about the itchy or scratching sensations. She said she'd heard about all those, but not the itchy scratching. Well, I don't think that's very common. That's not normally what my, people on the table experience. Normally they, experience relaxation. The most common thing is, they'll twitch, a leg will shake, or, that's really the most common thing, or the stomach gurgling. That's very common, or, burping or passing gas. I think those are the most common things. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's so much more fun when we have you here. So we'll be meeting again next month, usually the third Monday of the month, but it depends on my travel schedule. And I haven't looked that far out yet. So I look forward to joining you, and feel free to contact me with any questions. My email is karen@karenharrison.net. My website is www.karenharrison.net. Or you can also call me at 913-526-6556. So many blessings. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.